Today, I'm going to take your guilt away right off your shoulders about not having time to serve at church in the way that you think that you should. You know, God has called you and me into the marketplace, and that means that we are on the front lines. You are on the front lines when it comes to living out your faith. What did Jesus tell us to do? Well, we're going to look at 3 steps to help you rethink your role in serving God and to get some clarity around how to best live out the Great Commission through your business. We're going to break down what Jesus really said, and then we're going to look at 3 specific words: pray, friend, share. That's going to help you live on commission for Jesus. Join me. Hi, I am DeneenTB, your Christian business growth strategist and clarity coach. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the Great Commission and your responsibility in it. So make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and especially if you really like the content, ring that bell so you know when the next video comes up. So, have you ever worked on commission? You know, salespeople know and understand really what it takes to get the sale and what it takes to actually make a living through commissions. You know, it's all like a numbers game, right? Plus, if we're always pushing the numbers, we want the sales to go well. We know what the percentages are for the commission on each sale, and it goes in a cycle, right? I remember when I was in direct sales, this was kind of the game that I played as well. You know, each month I was meeting those quotas so that I could get that extra 5% bonus on top of my 25% commission. And if I could, I would get a 10% bonus on my team. In a good month, I was actually able to make 40% of my own sales. Pretty impressive, right? Actually, there weren't as many good months as you might think. So let's look at what the actual word or definition of commission is. And I have it written here. It says an instruction, a command, or duty given to a person or group of people. So the way that we're actually using that word today to be paid a portion of the sales is actually an idiom. And you know, if you know me at all, you know I love the word nerd stuff, right? The grammar nerd stuff. It's an idiom. So what does that mean? That means a play on words, right? So think about the expression that we know very, very quickly, I think of, so it's raining cats and dogs. That's an idiom. So let me ask you, are you working on commission, or are you working your commission? You could be doing both, but only your commission with a capital C has that eternal value. Jesus' last words for his followers were to go and share his message and to make disciples. So I'm going to read from Matthew chapter 28, verses 19 and 20. It says this: "Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you, and be sure of this, I am with you even to the end of the age." So this commission was not given only to people who have vocationally decided to do something for Christ, like be a pastor, be a missionary, be a church director, all of those types of things. The Great Commission was given for all of us, for everyone that calls themselves a Christian, and we need to be living this out every single day. So ask yourself this: what does it mean for me as an entrepreneur, this Great Commission? Personalize it. What does it mean for you and for me as we do our work each day? So let's look at the command in verse 19 here of Matthew 28. It says, "Go and make disciples, baptizing them, teach them to obey. So again, with the word nerd stuff, I like to break down words because it's very helpful when we're really evaluating something. Let's look at the command in verse 19, to go and make disciples, baptizing them, teach them to obey. So I think it's always helpful to break down the sentence, the phrase, into its individual words and see what does that really mean? I know, word nerd, right? So let's look at go. Go, for you and for me, means that wherever you are, you can share Jesus' message. Since you spend most of your time in your business doing your work, this is the place where you go. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So what's the message? What is this thing we're supposed to share? Well, we have to share our story. You know, what your life was like before you met Christ. What was the trigger? What was the thing that convicted your heart that you started and began this relationship with Jesus? And then how has it been going ever since? What is your life like now? How's this relationship grown? No one can deny that your message is unique to you. Baptizing. Baptizing. So we know that once we accept Jesus, we are told to be baptized, because by being baptized, we identify ourselves as believers by being baptized. So you have this as your example, and you can share this experience as well. And then we have the word disciple. Now, disciple could be a person, a noun, or disciple could be a verb, an action. Really, it's about teaching what God requires of believers. You can do this. You have been given the commission to make disciples. Or if we want to put it into a more modern vernacular, modern word, we could say the word mentor. But I want to take a look back at this command from Jesus. This verse that we started with, verse 19 of Matthew 28, starts with the word therefore. So that means that something that he said before was important, and then he got to this part. There's a reason that he gave us this command. And if he gave this command to everyone that was present, he also gives the command to us today. We're not excluded from living out the Great Commission. In fact, we are part of the church. And the church is the bride of Christ. And as his bride, we have a role. We have a role as an Ezer, E-Z-E-R, which means a helper to Jesus. Okay, so you're probably saying, how is this possible, Deneen? How can I help Jesus? Well, that's where the therefore comes into play. As we say in my Bible study, what is the therefore there for? So we're going to back up what I read to you before, Matthew 28, 19 and 20, and we're going to back it up to verse 18. And this is what verse 18 says. Jesus came and told his disciples, I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Whoa! All authority? What does that mean? You know, since Jesus died for us and he took our place on the cross, he is now seated next to God in heaven, and he can do and he can send whomever he pleases. And you know what? It pleases him to send you and to send me out into the world to be part of his story. You know, you live in this time, in this culture, to live out the Great Commission personally. Are you tracking with me? If so, just put on commission in the comments. But if you're not there yet, or maybe you're thinking a little bit differently today, I have a couple of other questions that maybe you can answer in the comments. Have you looked at your work, at your business in this way before as a personal Great Commission? Just let me know that down in the comments. What's coming up for you? What's being like an aha for you? You know, God made you the steward of your sphere of influence. And he's expecting you to live up to your calling. And don't forget, at the end of the Great Commission, Jesus states that he will be with you and me always until the end. So, how do we live out this personal Great Commission? I said I was going to have 3 steps for you to get started today. And the 3 words that we are going back to from the beginning are pray, friend, and share. So, 3 steps, 3 words. Here they are. Pray. What does that mean? I always say, and I ask people, who are your 5? Who are your 5? I ask God to show you 5 people in your life who need to know Jesus. You can just begin to pray for these people. They can be from all areas of your life. They can be in your office. They can be in your business dealings. They can be in your networking groups. Could be family, could be friends. Who are the 5 people in your sphere of influence that you see and you talk to on a daily basis? That's the first part. Pray. Ask God for 5 people. Just start praying for them. The second is the word friend. So we have to start a relationship with just 1 or 2 of these people, or deepen a friendship that's already there. Just with 1 or 2, not with all 5 at the same time. We really want to make it so that our relationship begins to grow deeper. So it could be something as simple as a lunch invitation or a one-on-one meeting with these people, these 1 or 2 that you're going to start to dig down into having a real connection with. You could invite them to some type of social event that you're having or that you're going to. Just start by finding out about the person, about their life, and become a true friend over time. Because then that leads into our 3rd word, which is share. This is when you have the opportunity to tell your story about being in relationship with Jesus. You may be the only Jesus that this person ever sees. And by building that friendship, you've gained the opportunity to share your story. Jesus is the good news. And you want your friend to know. Let's face it. In the world, working on commission is always about the numbers, as I said at the beginning. So let me give you some numbers, some statistics here about what happens in business with nurtured relationships. With nurtured relationships, you know, building friendships, nurtured relationships. How does that lead to more sales? Okay, you ready for these numbers? 451% increase in qualified leads and 50% more sales with 33% less costs. Those are some amazing statistics. If such a big increase can happen in the sales force with just a little nurturing, imagine the impact that you can make by building authentic relationships through your business each day. Do you just get how much power that you have been given by God? Do you know that He wants you to live out your calling in the marketplace by being exactly who He has created you to be? He wants you to get the clarity so you can best serve Him through your work and to live out the Great Commission through your business. You know, if you're still with me, I'm so happy that you're still here with me, and you know that you need some clarity around how you can truly show up in your business in the way that God has created you, having a focus on your calling, not feeling guilty anymore. Then let's have a clarity conversation and see how we can work together. I'm going to put that link in the description below so you can click on it and schedule your call today. One last thing. Tell me what surprised you today. What surprised you in thinking through your personal Great Commission in this way? Let me know in the comments How are you going to start to live that out today? This is DeneenTB. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, be filled to overflowing.